have a moment of silence to keep our troops and our law enforcement officers in our prayers that they come home safe. Thank you. Pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood.
Here.
Freeholder Kenny. Freeholder Koppel.
Here.
Freeholder Nara.
Here.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Here.
Freeholder Valenti.
Here.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Here. We have some recognitions.
Yes, first is proclaiming March as National Nutrition Month in Middlesex County. Next is recognizing Viraj Shah as he attains Eagle Scout status. And last is proclaiming March as Red Cross Month.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Valenti, second by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood.
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel.
Yes.
Freeholder Nara.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Is there anyone here from the Red Cross?
The Red Cross, yes. Yes.
They're here?
Mhm.
We have a resolution here proclaiming March as American Red Cross Month, and we want to just acknowledge for the many things that they do. With their volunteerism, they donate blood, they take life-saving courses, and they provide financial assistance to people in many disasters around the country, and they provide shelter and food and emotional support as well, and also for first responders during a disaster. And they do it because they want to do it and helping others. And in that time of need, thank God that we have the Red Cross to do that, and we want to acknowledge them for their efforts. And we have this resolution congratulating them for their fine work. We have Brett Thompson from the Regional Office of the American Red Cross. Would you like to say a few words?
No, just to say thank you and welcome.
Sure, go ahead.
I didn't really want to take up too much time. I saw the agenda. It looks quite full. So we do want to thank the volunteers, and if there's anyone in here beside myself that would like to volunteer, I can leave my number and a contact for you, and we welcome everyone. And thank you very much. Thank you for this.
And for National Nutrition Month, we have Freeholder Armwood that's going to make a presentation.
Okay, good evening, everyone. When I was told I'd be presenting for National Nutrition Month, I had to get a laugh because I'm only about 2 hours away from a cheeseburger. So,
on whole wheat bread, right?
Of course, only the finest. But this is one of those that I will read the whereases. There aren't too many of them here. Whereas ShopRite is the registered trademark of Wakefern Food Corporation, a retailer-owned cooperative based in Keesby, and the largest supermarket cooperative in the United States. And whereas ShopRite is dedicated to fighting hunger in the communities it serves and is committed to providing health and wellness programs for their customers. And whereas free support groups, complimentary dietitian services, and ongoing cholesterol, glucose health screenings are just a few ways that ShopRite is bringing health and wellness education and inspiration to customers in 2017. And whereas these programs are designed to educate, inform, and inspire their customers to live their best lives, customers are offered an assortment of health and wellness services which have been created by in-store dietitians, chefs, and pharmacists. And whereas ShopRite has planned upcoming events like free Eat Well, Be Happy weight management classes, free diabetes classes, free in-store dietitian services, free cholesterol and diabetes screenings, and culinary workshop classes. And now, therefore, Ronald Rios, Director of the Board of Chosen Freeholders of Middlesex County, do hereby proclaim March 2017 as National Nutrition Month. I believe we have two representatives here from ShopRite. So, Stacy, you want to cue that camera?
Hi.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you here. Nice to meet you. Just gotta take a couple pictures.
Say cheeseburger.
Say that, those were my favorite things.
Cheeseburger.
Tomato, lettuce.
Okay. I want to thank the board for recognizing March as National Nutrition Month. And we also want to thank you for recognizing that nutrition is a very big and important role, plays an important role in individuals' lives, in our shoppers' lives, in the community, and especially in the community of Middlesex County. So thank you.
Thank you. Nutrition plays such a major role in the prevention and management of disease, and it also plays such an important role in our communities, as Mary Rose mentioned. So we appreciate you proclaiming March as National Nutrition Month, and we're very excited to be here.
Okay, we have correspondence.
Each Realtor has been provided with a list of correspondence received by the Clerk's office since our last meeting. This correspondence will be kept on file in the office of the Clerk of the Board for reference.
Is there a motion to accept?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Fielder Valente, second by Fielder Tamaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Minutes for approval.
Board of Chosen Freeholders regular meeting, March 2nd, 2017, at 7 o'clock p.m.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Fielder Valente, second by Fielder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood?
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel?
Yes.
Freeholder Nara?
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios?
Yes. Freeholder reports. Freeholder Ken Armwood.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. From the Business Development and Education Department, Middlesex County Vocational and Technical High School, the East Brunswick campus. Shakespeare's classic comedy, Twelfth Night, with a Twist, will be presented Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, March 30th and 31st, and April 1st, at 7 p.m. on the East Brunswick campus of the Middlesex County Vocational and Technical Schools, 112 Ruse Lane. The production is directed by theater production instructor Maria Aladrin and features students in the MCVTS School of the Arts. The MCVTS theater program provides an intensive, laboratory-based foundation for young artists seeking excellence in the field of the arts. The program prepares students for entry into Bachelor of Fine Arts college programs and future employment in the arts. From the Middlesex County Office of Culture and Heritage, the annual St. Patrick's Day show will take place on Wednesday, March 29th at 7 p.m. at the Thomas J. Deverin Community Center in Carteret, New Jersey. I believe we've heard of that before. The metropolis of Carteret. Round the House Band will present an evening of traditional Irish music, including bagpipers and dancers. And I would like to congratulate Mayor Brad Cohen and the East Brunswick Town Council within the past month. They've had 3 new businesses that have relocated into East Brunswick, Jersey Shore Barbecue. Of course, I mentioned the food one first. Burlington Coat Factory and Citywide Property Management. So a lot of good things are happening in East Brunswick, and it just shows what happens when you have good vision and good government. So that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder Armour. Freeholder Leslie Koppel.
Thank you, Director. In 2012, the county embarked on a comprehensive 5-year strategy to enhance, modernize, and integrate technology as it relates to all financial processing. The county has made investments in new software, has continuously assessed existing applications for efficiencies. Developments and enhancements have been made to the county's financial systems, purchasing modules, payroll services, debt service analysis, financial transparency, reporting, electronic transferring of funds, and more. Now, the county is embarking on a new initiative to extend this unification and productivity to all of the county's autonomous agencies. We plan to make these systems available to the Middlesex County Improvement Authority, the Middlesex County Utilities Authority, the Board of Social Services, Middlesex County College, and other affiliated entities. The strategy is to implement these fiscal systems throughout all county agencies in order to elevate technology and productivity, enabling better communication between these agencies and increasing the savings for taxpayers through economies of scale.
Thank you, Freeholder Koppel. Freeholder Shanti Nara.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. Beginning in April, the Middlesex County Fire Marshal's Office will be expanding services to include 2 additional towns, South Amboy and South River. These 2 towns will join the municipalities of Middlesex Borough, Highland Park, Milltown, and Dunellen. This shared services agreement provides each participating municipality with fire inspections, code enforcement, fire investigations, and fire prevention education at no cost to the municipality. The Middlesex County Environmental Health Division is in the process of completing its inspections of dry cleaning facilities to ensure compliance of all air quality requirements. The establishment's dry cleaning machines are inspected for leaks and to make certain they are operating efficiently in compliance with the county's Environmental Health Act. If leaks are detected, a notice of violation is issued until repairs are completed. The division anticipates all inspections to be completed by June of this year. And finally, the Middlesex County Adult and Juvenile Detention Centers have participated and are in the final phase of a voluntary diversity training program for all officers. This voluntary training program focused on law enforcement professionalism and cultural diversity. This training provided a hands-on approach to various situations that officers encounter on a routine and daily basis. It is anticipated that the training received by all staff will provide a more efficient, professional, and diverse staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder Nara. Freeholder Deputy Director Charlie Tamaro.
Thank you, Director. I'm proud to say that Middlesex County's Open Space Preservation Trust Fund recently reached a milestone, protecting forever more than 8,000 acres of land. All the property we have acquired through this fund has helped make our county a greener and cleaner place to live. On February 16, 2017, the county completed the purchase of the Ireland Brook Tamarack Hollow extension from Freedom Run, LLC. The cost was $1.3 million, and the property is located along Ireland Brook on East Brunswick and South Brunswick border. It connects 14 acres of county, state, local parkland, including the Ireland Brook Conservation Area, Tamarack Hollow Preserve, and the Tamarack Golf Course. Saving these 76 acres also helps us to preserve critical habitats. The unique wildlife on this property includes wood frogs, spring peepers, and the spotted salamander. According to the New Jersey Fish and Wildlife, spotted salamander populations are decreasing statewide. The life cycle of these animals depends on the presence of vertipools in their habitats. The county was able to protect several of these pools with the purchase of the Tamarack Hollow Preserve in 2007. But until the recent purchase, the year-round habitat remained unprotected. We now can ensure that these animals will continue to be part of Middlesex County's environment. I'd like to thank the East Brunswick Environmental Commission and the Friends of the East Brunswick Environmental Commission. The latter group is joining the county in developing a management plan for this property. The plan will allow recreation and public access on the property while guaranteeing the safety of the animals and habitats. From the Human Resource Office. The Office of Human Resources is well underway with an exciting upgraded employee application tracking system. It is part of the county's project to streamline our recruiting, hiring, and onboarding processes. A new system to be integrated with our current human resources information system enables candidates to view and apply job openings on our website. Careers page HR managers will be able to track the candidate from initial application and, if hired, through the candidate's onboarding, payroll activation, all electronically. Our employees are the face of the county, and it's important to ensure we have the right stuff supporting our efforts. The Office of Human Resources has been working closely with all departments and expects the new system to go live late spring. Thank you, Director. That's my report.
Thank you, Freeholder. Deputy Director. Freeholder Blanquita Valenti.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. Tonight, I have 2 items to share from the George J. Aralowski Senior Center for Mental Health Care. First, 3 new groups are being added to the center's robust array of programs. The new groups include a 5-week session on mindfulness for adults, a series on managing anxiety, and a new group for children ages 5 to 7 called Work with Play. These groups allow for positive social interaction and skill building and are a great supplement to the one-on-one outpatient services offered through the center. Second, the Rutgers University School of Social Work has asked the Aralowski Center to once again sponsor a group of 8 interns for the 2017-2018 academic year. Included are both English-speaking and bilingual, English and Spanish, students. This long-time partnership provides a center with expanded capacity for service delivery, while offering the students a positive opportunity for growth and skill development. It is rewarding to see the relationships that develop between the staff and students, as well as those between the students and the patients. And that's my report, Freeholder Director.
Thank you. I have a few items to mention. 2 weeks ago, I went, like a lot of other people, reading across America and read books to children in Dunellen and in Carteret. And it's really an exciting time to go and interact with the kids. They enjoy it, and it encourages them to read more and understand the importance of reading. And I encourage all adults to encourage their kids to get more involved in reading. Also attended the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Woodbridge this past Sunday. It was well attended, and it was nice to see how they were sharing and giving more awareness to the Irish culture and the contributions that the Irish have made to the United States. And lastly, I want to say thank you to all the employees that were involved in the snow removal of the past storm. I know it's always a challenge, but a job well done by our employees. And it gets cold and a lot of hours out there, but they really did a great job. Okay, Mr. Kelso, any resolutions to be added?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be amended?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be held?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be voided?
There are none.
At this time, I'd like to open up the meeting to the public on any resolutions listed. Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Good evening, Mr. Director, members of the Freeholder Board. My name is Charles Cradaville. I'm from New Brunswick. I'm the editor of New Brunswick Today. I wanted to ask about 399 and 400, our legal services agreements. Just want to know what process the county uses to select folks for this. I guess is Special Assistant County Counsel, and then the other is for due diligence and acquisition of properties.
The county follows what's called the fair and open process, where there is a advertisement for qualifications for attorneys for various services. That's also a process that's followed both by the Middlesex County Improvement Authority and the Middlesex County Utilities Authority.
And for these two, can you tell me how many applicants, how many people put in bids?
Well, they don't put in bids. All they do is they submit their qualifications. In the case of the open space qualifications, I don't recall. There may have been one other. And with regard to the 399, I believe that that was the only qualification received.
And is there any criteria that you use? Is there a rubric of criteria, for instance, experience or location?
The criteria and it's set forth in the administrative code. There are a combination of factors that go into decision making. The experience that they have in a particular discipline, location, members of the firm. There's a whole series, availability. So there's a number of things they're all listed in the administrative code.
Thank you. I guess. So I do want to ask about 460 is 3 county investigators from the county prosecutor's office already attended the money laundering course. I assume this is a course in how to stop money laundering, not how to do it.
That's a good assessment.
Can you tell me who these folks are that got this training?
Again, I tell you that the prosecutor feels that it's important for the security of the investigators to not divulge their names.
Even after they get the training?
That's correct.
Okay. I've asked previously, Mr. Chair, could I please hear from the freeholder whose responsibility this is, who it falls under, the new freeholder?
You just asked the question, and I answered this question a number of times, Charlie, and it's going to be the same answer, that the prosecutor feels that it's in the best interest of the prosecutor's office for many reasons, including the safety of the investigators, that he does not divulge the name of the investigators.
Okay. I don't mean to belabor the point, but the county has 7 elected freeholders, and I want to hear from the one whether she agrees with that assessment or not.
It's not a matter of agreeing with it. He is a constitutional officer, and he has that right to do that.
And just like I have a First Amendment right to say that's not how it should be done, so do the freeholders, and I want to hear from...
Well, then, if you feel that it's not a right call by the prosecutor, then there's a due process that you can appeal your concern to the Attorney General. And if the Attorney General decides that he has to divulge it, then he will divulge it, and then the names will be on there.
Okay, that's a good idea. I'm already in touch with the Attorney General about the prosecutor, so I'll do that. Thank you for your time.
Anyone else in the public?
Motion to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion to close by Fielder Valente, second by Fielder Tamaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Mr. Kelso, is there any freeholders that have to vote separately?
I have one freeholder, Director. It's Resolution 17-407. That's it.
Okay, Mr. Kelso?
Yes, Freeholder Director, a motion would then be in order to adopt the consent agenda consisting of Resolution number 17-396 through Resolution 17-462, excluding Resolution 17-407 to be voted upon separately.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Fielder Valente, seconded by Deputy Director Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood?
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel?
Yes.
Freeholder Nara?
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios?
Yes.
Now, Freeholder Director, would be appropriate to consider Resolution 17-407 excluded by Freeholder Tamaro.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Fielder Valente, seconded by Fielder Nara. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood?
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel?
Yes.
Freeholder Nara?
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro?
President not voting?
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios?
Yes. Okay. At this time, I'd like to open the meeting up to the public. Sure. Please state your name and address for the record, and you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Brian Kulas, and I'm a resident of East Brunswick. That's 130 Longfield Court, East Brunswick. And basically, I'm here on behalf of the Housing Community Development Network of New Jersey. I'm asking your support for an initiative And if I may just read a little segment. Over the past 7 years, New Jersey has seen funding for housing programs decrease dramatically. In the meantime, our foreclosure rate remains the highest in the country, and 37% of our households cannot afford basic needs like housing, child care, health care, food, or transportation. The Housing and Community Development Network of New Jersey has proposed that our next governor commit to providing $600 million in housing funding in the fiscal year 2019 budget. I am here today as an East Brunswick resident who has personally benefited from some of these very programs, and I'm asking the Freeholder Board Council to consider and approve the model resolution I am submitting, which would formally endorse the Build a Thriving New Jersey campaign as it is formally known. And I thank you for your time. And I would just also like to note that with housing, I receive a housing voucher. And I used to be homeless. And this project, the Build a Thriving New Jersey initiative, is very important to me dearly because my housing voucher has changed my life. If I didn't have it, I couldn't even tell you where I'd be. I couldn't even begin. But housing vouchers are very dear to me, and supporting any program that strengthens that initiative is a priority of mine. And I do have some information that, if it's okay, if I may approach and give to each of you, it would be greatly appreciated. And I greatly thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just a point to reference to you. Before I became a freeholder, Freeholder Valente has been a passionate advocate for ending homelessness in Middlesex County. So you can be assured that we are compassionate and understand the needs for housing, and we will look at this and consider it. Anyone else in the public?
Good evening once again. Freeholders, Charles Cradaville from New Brunswick Today. My questions are mostly for you tonight, Mr. Director, about the Ethics Board. You are the liaison to the Ethics Board, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So first, could you tell us what that work entails and what you think about the Ethics Board's work?
Well, the Ethics Board was created before I became a freeholder, but it's when anyone like yourself could come and file a complaint or a question in front of the Ethics Board about any employee, or just as you know, Charlie.
Mm-hmm. I want to bring a constructive suggestion that I brought to them yesterday and bring it to you since you're the liaison. I think that the board needs to create a website. I think the county has a pretty good website, a pretty fantastic website, and almost every part of the county government has at least a page on there. But I could not find any Ethics Board page. The only thing I could find was the reference to you being the liaison. So I think that that would be a good first step. Other ethics boards have that. Where are folks supposed to go to file a complaint? Because when I filed, I guess I've either given it to the clerk of the board or the county counsel's office one time, but I don't think it's well advertised where folks should go if they have a written complaint. Could you tell us where the places are?
Well, I would recommend that anyone could call the clerk of the board, and she can direct you on how to file a complaint or where to file that complaint.
Okay. And to that end, I'd also like to suggest there be, a phone number and an email address, maybe even a P.O. box where you direct folks to send the complaints, because right now it's not really clear. The board only meets, they scheduled 3 meetings last year. They only had 2 of them. They canceled one. And they meet at 3 p.m., which is not a convenient time for working people. Most people can't make it, and so I'm usually the only one here. And it's not exactly doesn't make it seem like ethics are a priority. I also think I'd be remiss if I don't mention they need to immediately hire new counsel and terminate their existing relationship with the firm Boris, Golden, Foley, Vignolo, Hyman, and Stahl. The person they've hired is not complying with the local government ethics law, which is the one law that this board is supposed to enforce. And I think that there's going to be trouble if that is allowed to continue. That's a very bad thing. And I do have more information. I'm willing to talk it out with you and explain why that's the case. If you want, I won't belabor the point or take up anybody else's time, but I do think that the ethics board should meet more frequently. The meetings should be open to the public and held at a time that's convenient for the public. And hey, while we're on it, what about parking? They were complaining about parking for their meetings tonight. The parking in the back of the city hall wasn't available.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Really? We had a snow emergency.
Okay.
We had a state of emergency that the governor declared. I would be a little considerate asking the city government of New Brunswick and their snow plowing or snow removal. You have to be a little patient and considerate. My street, the plows plowed my driveway back in. Am I going to be upset about that? No. Their main concern is to clear the streets.
I understand. It's just an empty. There's an empty parking lot blocked off there, so it just doesn't make sense. I noticed
things that we have to be considerate of, Mr. Cradiville.
Okay, well, I noticed you didn't pay for your meter, so you could pay for your meter next time you have to use a meter. That would be contributing to the parking.
Maybe my meter ran out.
Okay. Well,
you think that might have happened?
Saw it on the way in.
Yeah.
But listen, I just think all meetings that are held open to the public in this building should have free parking at City Hall. You did a good thing by establishing the precedent for City Hall being a parking lot for these meetings. And I was just curious why it wasn't on tonight. The state of emergency ended, more than 24 hours ago. So I was just asking, and please don't take it personally.
I'm not taking it personal.
Same here. Same here. I appreciate it. That's something we were able to work together on, was getting that parking.
Absolutely.
So
for the betterment.
Anything we can do to work together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Move to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion to close by Fielder Tamaro, seconded by Fielder Valente. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Fielder Valente, seconded by Deputy Director Tamaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.